as a parent, you're the parent. You're not the child's friend. There has to be a structure. There has to be a pecking order in the household. If mom and dad makes the decisions for me, I'm dependent on my mom and dad. The parent is not dependent on the child. So there has to be a hierarchy in that household, and there also has to be structure in that household, as far as what we're going to be doing, who's going to say what. Like in my martial arts academy, I just tell everybody, listen, you need mom and dad, period. Whether you want to eat, grab new clothes, wear your Air Jordans and all that, you're not doing any of that for you. Your parents provide that for you. So in order for you to continue to get those things, you have to be disciplined. And I tell my parents, I'm not going to tell you what to do. That's your household.
Mm.
But if you're going to say, hey, I'm having a hard time with Johnny listening. Okay, well, why does he doesn't have a hard time listening to his friends on that PS5, on that Xbox? So he knows how to listen. He's just choosing not to listen to you.
Mm.
And there's a reason why. So if they figure out the reason why, they could really, help themselves out.
Mm. What have you found as some of the common, let's say, ways of discipline that aren't effective?
Taking their phone away. I right now I have a one child, incredible kid. Sometimes we're not perfect. We have a child. We love her to death. She's been with us for 7, 8 years. Her parents were saying, uh, I don't want you to go on a certain app. I'll take your phone away. They took her phone away, but she went on a laptop and contacted her friends through the app, the desktop version, right? So obviously taking her phone away is not going to be not such a big punishment. So there has to be something else to
Mm.
take away. I think there's got to be something that's going to really, really uh not hurt them, but it has to make an impact. Like, perfect example, when I was a kid, martial arts, watching pro wrestling and listening to music. One day I came home with a not so decent progress report card. I would say that's our academics. My dad took my radio away. That totally hurt me. It crushed me. Cause I'm like, man, you took my boombox away. And I'm like, I got to get this stuff up. And another instance back in the day, my dad, I saw the master instructor of the organization that we were in. He was hired in my instructor in the organization that we're in. I saw him on a magazine, on the cover of a magazine one day, and I was like, wow, I only got a certain amount of money, but I want candy, but I also want that magazine too, though, right? I could have easily be like, hey, mom, dad, can I get the magazine later on or whatever? I wanted to take the magazine and pay for the candy. So I didn't think of the repercussion. I took the magazine, got caught stealing for it, which was great because it taught me a life lesson. But the clerk called my parents. Parents had to pick me up, talk to my dad, and my dad was like, all right, great. So you want to take the magazine knowing that we have money. You didn't have to take it. So I'm going to take you out of your martial arts class for 2 weeks. But when you get back, you have to explain to your instructor why you were gone. And you have to explain to all your friends why you were gone. And that crushed me right there. So that was the biggest, big discipline moment, punishment moment for me though. It was big enough for me not to make those mistakes again.
Mm.